The following is a Simpronto media production.
Leaders, real life leaders.
Hey guys, this episode is from the Grow and Scale Now Summit, where top entrepreneurs and leaders are going to help you take your business to the next level. To get your free ticket, go to growandscalenow.com. Now to the episode.
Hey guys, welcome to today's episode, and we have Ryan McCarty, and our title today is How to Build a Culture of Good. And Ryan is an internationally renowned speaker. He's also an author of the groundbreaking book, Build a Culture of Good, and he actually advises organizations on how to create an inspiring, meaningful, and engaging workplace and world. So, welcome, Ryan. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on, Chantel. I really appreciate it.
So we want to give people really practical advice. So I want to talk a little bit about some organizations that you've actually helped. Try to be as specific as possible on how to build a culture of good.
Yeah, absolutely. So 7 years ago, I launched Culture of Good at TCC, the Cellular Connection. They're the world's largest Verizon retailer. And so currently they have 1,200 stores in 42 states. At the time that we launched Culture of Good, it was a smaller company. They had around 500 stores. So they've grown as the Culture of Good has grown. And so we've developed a movement really and started and launched something that was not only inspiring to their employees and to the customers, but it really had a profound impact on the community around them. And so as the company grew, the culture within their business continued to grow, so that the people strategy and the employee experience and the customer experience all collectively, rather than seeing those as very siloed efforts, they continue to grow within the business. I think about another company, Ingram Micro. They're a pretty large company, but they have small stores and distribution centers across the country and really across the world. And so how we were answering a question: how do you give employees a sense of why they do what they do and not just a paycheck on Friday, right? So it really spoke to connecting employees with a sense of purpose and a sense of meaning in their everyday work. Another example would be Redux. It was a startup company a couple years ago. They have right around 12 to 15 employees. So we've scaled the Culture of Good and built a culture of good within companies that have 12, 15 employees to 3,000 employees. And so those are a few examples, but in each one of those.
So what do they do though? Give us, let's start with TCC, right?
Yeah, sure.
So what does TCC do to give a culture of good? What do they exactly do?
Yeah, so immediately what we had to find is a cause that every employee across 42 states could simply get involved with and start to give back, not only to their community, but also to one another. So the culture of good is really based on 5 promises. We're going to care about people in the world around us. We're going to drive business to greater success so that we can do more good. We're going to connect with people around us. We're going to inspire others to do good with us. And then lastly, we're going to be authentic with our words and actions. So it's based on those 5 promises that as a company, we make to one another, we make to the customer, and we also make to the community.
Hey guys, I want to take a minute real quick to tell you about this retreat that I'm putting together. It's going to be just 10 lucky people that I'm going to select, and we are going to stay in a 5-star resort in Miami, and it's going to be pamper time. But the most important thing, I'm going to open up my books. I'm going to show you everything. You're going to leave there with my Word docs. You're going to leave with a USB drive with all the information that I've possibly done, every system in place. A lot of times you go to these conferences, you get all jazzed up, but you don't walk away with anything. You're going to walk away with this retreat with tons of systems. Go to chantelray.com/retreat to learn more.
Calling all entrepreneurs, leaders, and business owners. Are you looking to grow and scale your business to help more people, increase your profits, and build the business of your dreams? Then you need to attend the Grow and Scale Now Summit, a free virtual event where you can learn from top leaders and thinkers who have grown and scaled their businesses by the millions. Unlock your potential and discover the secrets to take your business to the next level. Click the link in the show notes to claim your free ticket.
TCC specifically, as we launched Culture of Good, my past life, I was a full-time pastor for almost 20 years. And so essentially what I decided to do, I had never been in corporate America at all. And so what I did is I just took what I knew about full-time ministry and doing good and impacting the world and people wanting that sense of meaning and purpose, and brought it into business without the religion, right? And so like it was really more about living out our sense of connection to the world through generosity and giving back. And so we immediately launched a huge backpack giveaway before it was trendy and cool to do backpacks. This was, over a decade ago that we started this work. But within TCC, we scaled that within the business. And the first day, you can imagine over 2,000 employees giving away 60,000 backpacks with school supplies on the same day. But it was more than just a giveaway. A lot of companies write checks and they give it to charities. And what we decided to do early on is let's not write checks just to charities. Let's give the resources to the employees so that they can give back to their local communities. And so we launched with a backpack giveaway, and that was crucial because at the very onset of beginning this movement, the employees connected with a sense of purpose right away. Obviously, we couldn't just do one day a year. There's a big give back. It had to be part of the everyday culture and embedded in the DNA of the business. And so we began to have a real strategic approach to how giving back was going to look within the business, as well as internally how we were going to live up to those 5 promises peer to peer and to the customer as well. And so we took a quarterly approach that was a 3-tiered approach that we called Big Good, Our Good, My Good. And the Big Good was the enterprise level. It was the backpack giveaway. It was a teacher give back. It was real simple and scalable. The Our Good was where stores or teams could go into their local communities. They had a little more autonomy and they choose where they wanted to give back, but that was really essential to those stores having team camaraderie. They could select what they were most passionate about, and it wasn't as prescriptive. And then lastly, we started the My Good, which was the individual contribution to where they were passionate. When we sit down and we talk to employees and we talk more than just numbers, and we actually ask them, like, what are you passionate about? What we're essentially saying is we're giving you permission. When you work for us, we're giving you permission to care, to bring your soul to work every day. And so we took that Big Good, Our Good, My Good approach, and we did that on a quarterly basis. And so it was very predictable. And it was a sustainable movement rather than just like a shot in the arm of, hey, we're all going to go out and do this good, or hey, we're going to add this program in for employee engagement. No, this was going to be not just what we did as a company, but it was going to be who we are, how we're going to live in this world as a good citizen. And so that's really essentially why and how we started Culture of Good at TCC.
Hope you enjoyed this episode from the Grow and Scale Now Summit. Again, you can get your free ticket now at growandscalenow.com.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Real Life Leadership. If you'd like to get the show notes or access more resources, log on to reallifeleaders.com/podcast to get the show notes from this episode and any other resources we might have mentioned. And also, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to review or rate this podcast on Apple Podcasts to help spread the word. And if you have any leadership questions you want answered, email podcast@reallifeleaders.com.